Plaintiff Jonathan Young says the defendant comes from a good two-parent household. Yet he tries to act like he's a tough street guy by carrying a gun. Jonathan says the defendant put a car in his name for Jonathan, but now he refuses to return it, so he's suing. Defendant Dwight Thompson insists he's been living in a crime-infested neighborhood ever since he moved out of his parents' house, and that's why he carries a gun. Dwight insists the car belongs to him, so he refuses to give it to Jonathan.
Start with you.
Dwight, he's like a Theo Huxtable trying to be Scarface. To me, he's like a wannabe. Like he want to be a street, tough guy, whatever. Like he comes from a good two-parent home. Dad got a nice job, and basically he could have had his stuff set up pretty much.
Give me some examples of him wanting to be a street guy.
For instance, one day we was in a parking lot, and we heard some gunshots go off. It was in a little club parking lot, and everybody's pretty much like running for their car and trying to see what's going on. He want to reach for his gun and walk around the parking lot like he about to do something. And almost tried to pull a gun out on me, but he always trying to show off his little gun, and he messed around and got robbed with his gun on him.
He never acted like he sold drugs or any of that?
Because
that's a lot of that is going on. A lot of these middle-class kids calling themselves thugs and come from a two-parent, nice household, never grown up in drug and crime-infested areas. In fact, there's a lot of them on college campuses running around. They leave class trying to be a thug and never been in that environment. They've been watching too many videos. And so that video influences them to think that, oh, that's the style now, so let me pull my pants down like they do in the ghetto, and let me carry me a gun like they do in the street and on the video. Let me act like I'm selling dope, or let me actually sell weed. I had a woman, she comes to me about her son who was in the top African-American school in the country, the top for men. She said, I need you to talk with my son. Okay, about what? I got a lot of poor kids, single mothers who want me to talk to their kids who are really challenged. And I said, you know, you're upper middle class. Well, he was on campus. He got kicked out for selling weed. Well, selling weed? What does he need to sell weed? I don't know, because we give him everything he needs.
Yeah.
He just want to be street.
What he don't understand is the people that's out there in the streets that's really dealing with it,
it's for real.
Good to have his lifestyle.
There's no question that the street is not something you can play with. It's not a video game. A lot of these people think it's glamorous. There's nothing glamorous about being poor, living in crime, going to bad schools. Nothing glamorous about that. You tell me whether that's the case, though. You might be straight up lame, and he's trying to call you a thug of some sort. You tell me about yourself.
He's a scary guy, but we met through mutual friends. We never was really close.
All right.
Most people around us say he's weird, shady, and skeptical.
Okay.
He's a schemer, basically.
Yeah, always been cool.
So, you know, I can remember times we go to the club, he'd be the one sitting in the corner drinking Corona with a Grenadier in it. Or I remember one time I helped him out when he was cheating on his girl, and he called me, man, can you please come get me? She banged down my grandma's door. Please come help me, man. You know, he hiding in bushes, hiding behind cars, jumping in pickups, and I came and get him. So.
Plaintiff Jonathan Young says despite the fact that the defendant comes from a good two-parent household, he tries to act like he's a tough street guy.
Did you get beat down even with a gun on you?
No.
Okay.
What happened was I was in a car and my gun was in a glove box and it was locked.
You carried a gun for protection?
Yeah, I have my gun license, yes.
For protection?
Yes.
What
Anything
risk do you think is out there for you? Risk of getting robbed? You go into an area that's crime infested?
People in our neighborhoods get shot for just being around.
Oh, okay.
Somebody got shot in the club one time.
You do live in a crime and drug-infested neighborhood.
Yes, sir. I stay on the west side of town.
Subdivision, newly built home from the house, from the ground up.
Is that true?
Yeah.
My parents, I stay in Westwood.
Oh, you don't live with your parents?
Just moved out.
Just moved out?
Not too long ago.
When did you get your gun?
I had my gun since '03.
So you was carrying your gun in your nice little neighborhood.
Yeah, it was for a job that I had got.
What type of job?
It was a security job that we had to do.
So you
And was
carried
required
it
to get our gun
afterward?
license.
You carried it afterward?
Right.
For what? You were scared?
No, I wasn't
Gotta
scared.
be a
Just
show
for what?
off.
What did you carry a gun
Just
for?
to keep it, just for protection, just in case if anything was to
protection
happen.
from what?
Robberies, anything.
Oh, they rob people in that new subdivision?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, well,
Just around the corner, he
give
got
me an
robbed in his
example who
chain.
you know got robbed in that new
I
subdivision.
never got
In the new subdivision.
Yeah, or the next
People break
subdivision.
in all the time.
Pardon?
Flat screens, anything.
Pardon?
They say we living good. They want a flat screen or something.
I
Come through the
can't
windows.
understand what you're saying. You're right. You're trying to sound all. You're not from that, sir. Leave the toughness for the tough neighborhoods. How does he owe you for this car, sir?
February 12th, I bought a 2000 Nissan Maxima for the $1,521.
Of 11?
Yes, of 2011.
Okay.
So I basically got the car for a real good deal, so that's why I bought it, but it still didn't run all the way. So I asked him to put the car in his name because he had a SR22 bond, which covers him on any car that like basically
Why couldn't you
drives.
put it in your name?
I already have 2 cars. I just bought the car because I got it for a good deal.
So who was going to pay for the insurance?
He already had an SR22. That's something that he has to have
So-
to keep his license.
Gotcha. And
So I asked him-
there wouldn't be any insurance monies necessary.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And one day we was out chilling late and came home. I didn't feel like taking him all the way home. So I told him, like, you know what's wrong with the car. You just got to keep your foot on the gas to keep it running. Like, you just take the car home. So he took it home, and I really ain't think too much about it. Around July 19th, my baby mama, she started asking me, like,
The mother of your children?
yes, the mother of my children.
Go ahead.
She was complaining about it was real hot in our city. Like, well, the Nissan, this got AC. You could go ahead and use that car. So I tell him, and he started like wanting to discuss what's going on. And I'm saying like, I need the car for my baby's mother and the kids to drive because
What'd
it
he
got
say?
AC. What was said?
You don't remember what the man said? Well, you
Slow
gotta
down.
look down there. You would remember very well if a man told you he wouldn't give you your car. You wouldn't have to look down and say, what did I say when the man told me he wasn't gonna give me my car?
Because we had a lot of back and forth discussion with the car.
And what was the essence of it? I'm not
And
gonna give it to
basically,
you. Why?
He wouldn't respond to me. He never told me why he wouldn't give me the car back.
Why don't you ask him?
Why?
It's not your car.
What?
It's not your car.
It's not my car?
He never told you that before? This your first time
Nah.
hearing that?
Only thing he done told me when I got into it over his baby mama house and I tried to get him to come down, he said the car in my name.
So you did know why. He
mean-
said, I'm not giving it to you because I put it in my name and it's mine.
But I didn't find that out until after several,
Right.
like a couple days
Whenever
later.
you found out. All right, that's what he told you. And how did you respond? You said, okay.
I really wanted to mess him up for
All
real.
right, I'm glad you
But-
didn't. What did you do?
And I was about to mess up the car, but
I'm glad you
like,
didn't.
no, I
What did you do?
I ended up taking it to court.
All right. You said, I'm just going to sue you.
Yes.
All right, good. And you brought it to the right place. I'm glad you did that. Sir, what do you want to tell me?
Well, the car was purchased back in April. At the time I was looking for a car. He said, I know where it's a good place that got good cars. We went, I talked to the salesman, AJ, got the car, got it for a good price, drove off the lot.
How much
we went
did
our
you get it
separate
for?
ways. I got it for $14.37.
All right. You paid it yourself?
Yes, sir.
In cash or check or what?
Cash.
All right.
I got the receipt saying that I paid for the car.
That's it. You have your receipt?
Yes, sir. I have the title.
That's it. No, receipt. Though I said
I
receipt.
didn't have the receipt. No,
Huh?
I don't have the receipt.
Did they give you one?
No, sir. They gave me a bill of sale, but it all went in
There
an
you
envelope
go.
with
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
I don't
You
have that.
Why not?
They came with it. It didn't come
Huh?
in there. It didn't come in there.
I know it don't come in the title. You
All I
get
got
it
was
when you
my
pay.
title
You
and my
get it when you
registration.
paid a lot.
They kept it.
Plaintiff Jonathan Young says despite the fact that the defendant comes from a good two-parent household, he tries to act like he's a tough street guy.
They kept your bill of sale.
Yes, because
You're
it
not
went with
even
the
a
title
good
work.
street player with that weak game. That's the weakest game I've heard. I ain't gonna, he gonna take my money. Well, I ain't giving you no receipt. I ain't giving you no bill of sale. Okay. I don't know what part of the game that is, Doc. But you missed that part when you were in the streets of the subdivision. All right. And so he doesn't have a receipt and you do. So I'm going to presume it is his. All right. 1521 for the plaintiff. You provide me with the receipt and you told me what happened.
Took it too far and over something that I ain't really had nothing to do with.
That's him. I'm not worried about it.